Recording in progress. So again, hi, my name's Andrea Boykowicz, and I'm from Oakland Planning and Development Corporation, hosting a community meeting here to talk about 3272, 3274 Parkview. And is it Scott? Are you going to be the one or Zach? Who's presenting?
Hey, Andrea. I think it will be a combination of me just introducing me and my dad, Scott, as the owners, and then Jeff, our architect, Jeffrey Danino, is going to quickly take us through the plan development.
Okay, you're
Um,
free to go.
okay, let me pull up. I thought you might share a screen, but let me pull up
There you go.
the uh, the presentation we have. And do you mind if I share screen?
Should please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Hi, neighbors. My name's Zach Rares, and my father, Scott Rares, um, are the owners of 3272 and 3274 Parkview. And we uh, currently own 3272, uh, 3272 Parkview, which is a current row home on Parkview, and the lot of land next door, 3274 Parkview, and zoning, uh, our request to the zoning board was to subdivide 3274 into uh, into into two lots, one facing Parkview and one facing Child Street. This subdivision was granted about a month ago, and we plan to build uh, back-to-back homes on 3274 uh, Parkview. I will let Jeff, our architect, take you through the specifics of the project, but high level, um, with this piece of land, there's economic hardship with building the previous as of right one unit on the land. Um, and we look forward to fostering the the next generation, the future of growth in homes in the South Oakland neighborhood, with this development. So with that, I will hand it over to Jeff.
Uh, Thank you, Zach. Could you just go back? Yeah, go back to that screen there. So as Zach mentioned, we applied and were granted to subdivide the lot at 3274 into two lots, and one lot will face Parkview Avenue. It will be 3274 Parkview, and one lot will face Child Street, and that'll be 3612 Child Street. Could you go to the next slide, Zach? So this is the plan is to build two nearly identical houses, one facing Parkview and one facing Child Street. You go to the next one, Zach, and these are the images of the house. The picture on the left is the Child Street unit, and the picture on the right is the Parkview unit. So they are three-story houses uh, with first floor living space, second floor uh, sleeping space, and a third floor loft space with a balcony. Uh, the, uh, the materials are cement fiber siding, uh, either a natural stone finish or a wood grain. Uh, the scale of the houses is very close to the height of the townhomes. Uh, the the first floor is a little lower than the adjacent house at 3272, so that brings the overall height down a little bit. but on Child Street, there's a garage space that comes off the alley. Uh, with there is no basement; it's just a garage under that unit. Could you go to the next slide, Zach? And then these are the images of the sort of head-on views of the houses from the side and from the front. And that's, I don't have any questions or further explanation.
I think the only thing we might want to add is the discussion of parking.
Sure. So behind 3272, which is the existing row home, we have there's a garage there now, and we're going to reconfigure that to provide two parking spaces behind 3272. So each unit actually will have a dedicated parking space.
So these are going to be rentals?
Zach?
Yes, these will be rentals.
Okay. And how are you? Well, I was going to say, as much as it's generally attractive to have the balconies outside. Obviously, in South Oakland, we have problems with rentals with students and
Mhm.
people having parties and being incredibly disruptive to the rest of the neighborhood. Are you going to be maintaining these?
So the question is, are we going to be maintaining the homes because they're student rentals, correct?
Well, you're going to keep an eye on them, or you're going to have some sort of communication with you so we can let you know that things are happening there.
Absolutely. We'll have dedicated property managers, and we will be sure to give our personal owner information and our property managers information to all neighbors. And just to speak to the dynamics there, Mark, and thank you for the question. First and foremost, as probable renters to students, your interests in that question and our interests are completely aligned. We are not the type of owners who give students the keys for the year and check back in to pick up the keys at the end of the year. That's extremely disadvantageous to us as owners, to not stay on top of students like white on rice, to protect our investment. And the second part of that, we are very purposeful about the type of product we want to put into the neighborhood. And I say that South Oakland currently, regardless of us coming into the neighborhood or not, is a student rental neighborhood. That's just a fact of what the neighborhood's become. We take the approach of always trying to build to the top of market. As you could see with those renderings, these are going to be top of market student housing rentals. And with that, you end up attracting the type of students who in turn take care of these places. Just due to the amount of rent they're paying, it just ends up working out like that. So, not yes to your question. Yes to your question. Do we stay on top of them like white on rice? We are extremely receptive and appreciate any neighbors' complaints, I would say, or input on the students. We have a fully dedicated property management team, one of the biggest companies in Pittsburgh. And, in theory, this home or the renters in this home should be the least disruptive out of any student tenants in the neighborhood, just given the type of home the type of tenant this type of home attracts.
Hi, I'm actually Noelle Haney. I own the house connected to you. I own 3270.
Hi,
I
Noel.
also own 3268, 3266, and 3264, the 4 houses right next to you.
Awesome.
I grew up here. I've lived here all my life. Our section of South Oakland here is not a college party area. My renters in my rental house on 3264 are graduate students. And there's two elderly families that live across the street from us. And I work early in the morning. I have 2 daughters that work. So I just want to make sure that it is kept up to date, because you will hear from me. If not, because we share the walls. And like I said, we get up 5 o'clock in the morning. I work all day. We share basically our backyards share each other, our garages share each other. So I just want to make sure everything is up to date with that.
Yeah, I think I appreciate. Hi,
Mhm.
Noel. Nice to meet you, and
Yeah,
appreciate.
because we share our steps. I redid the steps in the front a couple years ago because those were falling apart. The steps that we share coming up to the patio. So I try to keep everything up to, standard, and try to keep everything nice with all the other 4 houses next to us too. So if we can keep that up to date as well.
Awesome.
Excuse me.
So I
Can I
think I'll-
interject, please?
go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. Hi, Noel. Really nice.
Hi.
Our profile is not relegated to undergrads. It's relegated to grad students, professors. They are part of the demographics, even first-time home buyers. To put us in a vacuum concerning student housing and undergrads is not the proper way to profile this project.
Okay, yeah, good. Because like I said, my rental here, I just rent to grad students. I
Noel,
make sure, yeah.
Noel, I welcome you to have each other's number. And
Yes,
get
okay.
feedback from you 24/7. You do have different age groups, so you have to take into account the way that they conduct themselves day to day. But I cannot accept, first of all, I will not accept anyone belligerently disturbing neighbors. The second thing is no one's going to destroy our properties.
Okay, good. Because we've had people across the street in rentals that have destroyed my car, have destroyed the property, have destroyed other things on the street. And it was, yeah.
We're partners.
Yeah. Those
I-
landlords thankfully sold the property, and we had nice landlords that I knew and took care of it. So, yeah.
You can call me on this at any time.
Okay.
We just want to do the right thing for the property, both properties, and we really want your guidance.
Okay. Yeah. I grew up here. I've lived here all my life. I lived right next door at 3268. So that's my mom's house. So, like I said, we have the 4 houses, and then now you'll have those 2 properties.
We
Yeah.
really look forward to working with you. So,
Okay.
thanks.
Is there a way we can get in contact with each other, like after the meeting, or would,
I'll be in town next week. I definitely would like to stop by and give you everything, meet
Okay.
you, shake your hand.
Okay. Yeah,
But-
and that garage, like you said, that you're gonna restore, that has been basically condemned and fallen through for many, many years, just
I
to
ju-
let you know. Yeah,
I just want an overall, to give you an overall, concept, not concept, but our perspective is it's very hard to do anything without, building, these two, dividing the property and making it cost effective to do new build out. So that really has been our direction. It hasn't been specific to student housing, even though that is part of the demographics. To put a new structure up, it's a difficult process without accommodating how build outs occur now. And obviously, and this was part of the city's mindset as well. But we want to meld into the community and be part of the community in whatever we do. I have such a tremendous respect for it being an old neighborhood, and we want whatever we do to be along those lines. And it's part of you giving us feedback to do
Now,
that.
the garage that you're gonna rebuild at 3272, because that's basically all fallen in. Is that gonna be a garage again, or you're just gonna put like a driveway back there for those two cars, like you said?
I
Yeah,
believe it'll just be a driveway.
Okay, yeah, because that garage was so tiny. Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the garage doesn't make a lot of sense back there.
Yeah, I still have my garage because we have a patio on top, but that's why I was
That
asking,
makes
because
sense.
those garages, if you would see my garage at 3270, there, of course, it's a very, very old garage, and back in the day, you couldn't fit the cars that we drive now in one of those garages.
Hmm.
So that's why I was asking if you're just gonna put, rebuild it or just put a driveway.
No, we're just gonna do a driveway. Maybe some type of overhang, but it will just be a driveway.
Okay. Now, would you put another question? Because there is like no fence between, like, there's a fence between my house and 3272. But
Mhm.
when you build the two new structures, there's not a fence between 3272 and 74. Would you divide something for that yard too, or just build those two structures?
I think unclear, probably.
Okay. I
Unclear
just,
at this point.
because there is no, the people that used to live there had a dog, and they just put like a makeshift fence for the dog over there. So I just didn't know if you were gonna rebuild that one.
Yeah, there'll definitely be fences on the right side of 3272 facing the house, and then the left side 3274 pretty much blocking R2 properties from or excuse me, in the back of Child's, in the front of Parkview, but I'm not sure if we're going to be splitting
Okay,
3272
and we
and
do
4.
share a deck also in the back.
Got it.
Like I have a deck, and then 3272 has a little porch also, and
Right.
we have just a wooden structure there dividing it. So I didn't know, but we can talk about that when I meet you guys yeah.
Yep. For sure. That would be a collaborative
Mm-hmm.
decision. Just to back up one more time, one of the impetuses of this subdivision zoning change was the ability to make the numbers work without knocking down 3272. And one of our considerations was your home, with doing that. So I think, for everyone involved, this is the best
Yeah, because I
consideration.
I thought at first that that's what you were going to do, put a new house next to me and then another house, because then you'd have to, my whole side of my house would be demolished
Yeah,
because we're connected. Yeah.
we try to do everything to avoid that, both for for us, but in particular for the neighbor, which is you. So
Okay. But yeah, like I said, if whenever you come, I'll be here and we can talk and collaborate and get numbers, and that way, yeah.
perfect.
So we have hands raised here from Elena and from Liz. Elena, would you like to go?
Yes, thank you. I just have a few questions. Do you have any other properties in Oakland?
No, this is our only property in Oakland.
And what's the name of your property management company?
We're taking bids from 2 right now. I'm going to circle back with the name and contact within the next 5 days.
Okay, thank you.
Liz, was that your question also, or?
Well, partially that was my question. My other question was, well, you may not have rental properties in Oakland, but do you have other rental properties in the city?
No, this is our only property in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay, where are your other rental properties at?
Our other rental properties are in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay. Do you have a corporate name that they go under?
Yes, Rares Development Management, RDM.
Oh, okay. And you'll be able to get back to us and let us know on the property management team?
Absolutely. I'm gonna,
Okay,
if
cool.
it's okay, Andrea, I will send that to you, and hopefully we could get it to everyone on this call.
You bet, no
All
problem.
right.
That's cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
I had a real quick question about your staging during the construction process and your timing. So given that it's a very tight space and Child Street, Parkview, are you planning on putting machinery on the sidewalks or blocking off any portion of the street? How are you going to manage building two buildings connected to each other?
I can speak to that. So the primary access will be from Child Street, as far as the heavy excavating and
Mr. Danino, could I ask you to move yourself a little closer to your microphone? You're very faint.
how's that?
A little better.
I'll move everything. Okay, the primary construction access will be from Child Street. Can you hear me, Andrea?
You're just very quiet, but I can listen harder.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't usually do. Be from Child Street. So from there is no sidewalk on Child Street. And we'll also be using the back of 3272 for staging material. At a certain point, there will be access to 3274 from Parkview, and I expect that we will be occupying the parking area in front of that building during a portion of the construction time period. But again, most of the access, the heavy access, the material deliveries are going to be from Child Street, which on that side of the street, it's mostly garages. So, does that answer your question?
I think so, yeah. What's the timeline?
Zach?
In terms of timing, we'd like to get started immediately. So, wanted to do this meeting first, and then maybe another month or two of design financing. So, certainly starting by the end of 2025 would be the goal.
With the goal that it's done by the end of 2026?
I would say hopefully it's a 4 to 7 month builds. Yep.
Are you guys going to coordinate with the Anderson Bridge construction?
Who is that?
I said that the
Yeah,
bridge
just-
right at the end of the street there is under construction for the next still year and a half, and
Well,
some impediments.
Actually,
right?
that's actually a good thing because there's less traffic on.
Well, there's also less room to turn and get trucks in there. Yeah.
For what it's worth, there's actually a little bit more traffic than
There
would be
is.
because the traffic is being diverted from the Anderson Bridge down Swinburne, and so Parkview has a little bit more traffic than it normally would.
Yeah.
And at rush hour especially, the access point down Swinburne is very congested. So just FYI, as you are planning out, that detour is going to remain in place for the whole of 2026.
Got it. And as long as it's obviously feasible, we're willing to accept any suggestions or recommendations on how to make this as seamless as possible for the neighborhood.
This is Noelle again. Are you doing any renovations next door at 3272 as well?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I can expect, okay.
And once those plans are finalized, we will sit down with you and
All right. Well, I
make
just
sure
wanted
you
to let
know-
you know there's, work that needs to be done in there. So I just wanted to give you a
Okay.
heads up.
Yep, big time, big
Yeah.
time. Yep.
Okay, does anybody else have any other questions or observations that would help these guys, this project? Okay. See-
So will
Awesome.
you send us, will you send her your information and she'll send it to us? Or will we meet when you just come to visit the properties?
Both. I'm gonna
Yes,
send
and.
Andrea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Andrea my number, my dad's number, Jeff's number,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna follow up with the property manager contact information in the next 5 to 10 days.
Okay.
Check.
okay.
It looks like there was an error in the message, the number that you typed into the chat there.
Whoops,
It's missing a digit.
missing a 7.
So, okay.
There you go. If anyone needs anything in the interim, that's my dad's number, 561-289-7779. Scott Rares, who's on the call.
Appreciate it.
I give him mine because he's a little bit better at answering the phone than I am.
The modern bane of the telephone. We
Exactly.
really appreciate you talking with us this way. This is, and also amazing timing. You managed to tie this up in exactly half an hour. You guys are pros. If anyone has any questions about this project, or you have things that occur to you later, neighbors that weren't able to join who might want to ask questions, we are happy to relay. And please just let us know. So
Thank you all. Thank you,
that-
Andrea.
thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to transition at this point. Oh, Liz, did you have something else?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, no, okay.
Um,
We're going to transition at this point to the official development activities meeting. Hello again, my name's Andrea Boykowicz. I'm the Executive Director at Oakland Planning and Development Corporation. Oakland Planning and Development Corporation is the registered community organization for Oakland, including the area that concerns the project that we're just about to talk about here, which is re-roofing at 3438 Parkview, located in the Oakland Square Historic District. This is an activity that requires a development activities meeting. With us is the owner
Emmanuel Lardis.
and Christian Umbach, the senior neighborhood planner for Oakland. Christian, is there anything that you would like to say before we get right into this?
Sure. I'll just say that, for this meeting, we'll hear the applicant describe the project. And then after that, we'll have a time for questions and answers or any comments that the public would like to provide. I will be taking notes to make a little report, which will go on to the Historic Review Commission, which is going to be reviewing this project. Yeah, hopefully that gives you a good overview.
So if we were having this meeting in person, it would be very easy for Emmanuel to pass around the paper that he's brought. As it happens, we are completely online. We'll post some screenshots once we have scans. We will put these up on the website in case anybody can you see? So there's two pieces to this project. I'm going to let Emmanuel talk about this in a second. One of which is the replacement of shingles that are currently made of slate with asphalt shingles. And the other is the repair, potentially also a slight redesign of the front steps leading up to the front of the house. So I'm going to set this down and let Emmanuel talk. If anybody needs a close-up of the materials in question, we can share screen in a minute and show the product page. But I'm going to exit the screen.
Andrea, if I could just jump in for 1 second.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just right here.
If those items were uploaded to like the application online, I could access them.
Oh,
Well, they were uploaded to
Okay.
One Step.
Yeah. I could, it would take me a second, so maybe I'll kind of work on it. If you kind of want to just talk broadly, and then I'll be able to pull them up.
Okay, we're talking about doing two much needed repairs on the house, the front steps and the slate roof. And I'll start with the front steps. They're concrete steps that are falling apart. crumbling. And then there was also a strange little half step that was there that we're going to remove. So we're going to put new concrete steps, and then that would go to the bottom where it should be. And then it would just, a new section of walkway would go right here to connect to the existing walkway. So it would be new concrete steps with new railings, the same concrete, what they call them, as I didn't know that, dimples on the side. And eliminate this trip hazard, which it is, because it's a half a step, which doesn't make sense. And it'll be all new concrete and new railing. That's number one. Number two is the shingle roof. Well, actually, we're gonna do all the roofs, because this is slate, the main roof is slate. The roof on the front porch and back porch are shingles, asphalt shingles already. And so we're gonna replace them all and with the same type of asphalt shingles that will be slate colored. Oh, well, gray, slate gray, I guess they call it. And these slate shingles, they're over 90 years old, and they have been falling for years, and we've had them repaired over the past 15 years. But every time a roofer goes up to try to repair now, they crack the shingles. So there's more damage, and the shingles are actually sliding down and are potentially going to hit somebody. So we need to replace that as soon as possible.
So just to clarify, there's no structural change to the building. And you're endeavoring here to keep the same look.
Correct. These
Yeah.
shingles, this is from the company. This is a picture of what the shingles would look like. And this is the gray that's there now. And then if I can do this better. Sort of.
It works.
Maybe we'll do it this way.
So
Now,
Emmanuel, your house was built in the 1930s.
was either built in the late 28 or 32, somewhere in there.
So, and it's not, it is part of the Oakland Square Historic District, but it's not one of the properties that was part of the original development in the late 1890s. That was the reason for the Oakland Square Historic designation. It is a contributing property, but not a core, or what, I don't know what
Correct.
the core properties for the thing. So
But these three homes, the one I live in, and the one to my left, and the one to that left, those three homes were built afterwards.
Right.
Ours was built first, I guess, in 28 to 30. Then the other two, the person that I bought the house from, he had built a house for his son right next to it. And his brother had built a house next to that.
right.
Any
So-
questions? Or do you have some?
No, I was gonna
Any
say, any
questions?
questions? I think I have a question, Christian. I know that you're sort of multitasking right now, trying to pull what was uploaded, and I appreciate that. We'll certainly be able to upload that to the meeting reference after we're done here, in case anybody wants to look. But I did have a question, which is, how can this application then get expedited going forward? Because there's a bunch of different steps here involved in getting approval to proceed.
Right. Yeah, so the HRC meets on the first Wednesday of the month. And so we need 30 days after this development activities meeting. So we would have to kind of schedule it out to see. So it would most likely be on not September, but October. However, there may be a process where we can make an accommodation to have an earlier meeting. Is that what you're getting at?
I'm just wondering if given that it's what do we have now? It's going to be 24 days between now and the next
Right.
HRC. And given the quality, this is a minor change. We can do our best to like make sure that everybody in the neighborhood is aware, and if anybody has any questions, we can expedite those, but it
Yeah.
seems a little absurd to make everybody wait an additional 80 days or whatever before we can get started here. No?
For sure. No, I think so. This is something that we've run into in the past, and yeah, I think like I said, I think we can make a special accommodation. We can talk through what that looks like, but it would most likely have like a letter from the RCO, kind of explaining the context and the due diligence. So, yeah, I think we can work on that.
Okay, thank you. We're happy to support in whatever way is most useful.
Thank you.
Sure.
There.
Christian, have we not covered anything that you think would be relevant to cover?
I'm trying to think. I do have the pictures pulled up. I guess when I was pulling it up, I'm maybe just from my frame of reference, you mentioned that the material of the shingles is not slate, or is it a
It's not
material
slate,
that
it's fiberglass, asbestos fiber, whatever the new materials they're using, fiberglass asbestos shingles, not
Okay.
asbestos. Asphalt,
So
sorry,
to clarify,
fiberglass.
the existing shingles on the top are slate, but
Yes.
this existing shingles on
On the
the porch
yes,
roof are asphalt shingles.
correct.
All of them are being replaced so that they have a single unified look.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense. I was just a little confused at the difference there. So okay. Yeah, no, I think that sounds good. Yeah, if you all are gonna be able to post the pictures, then I think, and as long as everyone was able to see them, I think we should be fine on
Okay.
the graphics or images.
We will ring all the neighbors' bells. It'll be okay. We'll get this out. So, okay.
So will someone contact me? That's what my question is, what do I need to do next?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. I would say, yeah, I think me and Andrea will work out kind of that, like I said, that accommodation for the expedited date, and then you can just be in contact with our historic planners. I think you've been on some emails with either Sarah Quinn or Sharon Spooner. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can continue, to work through email, and they'll notify you of the hearing, the date, and all the specifics of how to participate and attend.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Christian. All right. No one else has anything? Just wanted to give a little plug for our next upcoming meeting is on August 27th. Our summer interns, one from the University of Pittsburgh, another from Carnegie Mellon University, were hard at work all summer long, putting together a very special program that is mostly geared towards students, but is also totally accessible to everybody else. That is all about student rental and student renter rights. So it's aimed at students who are moving into Oakland for the first time, living on their own for the first time, trying to acquaint them with some of the rights and obligations that they have as renters, but also providing some meaningful feedback. So we're connecting them with city planning, with the county health department, and with a bunch of people who maybe don't always hear firsthand from students what their living conditions are like in Oakland, and might find it all instructive. So please feel free to share. And with that, I'm going to stop recording and thank everybody very much for coming.